Hello, welcome to Building a Business Podcast. This is a show where we embark on an adventure with the entrepreneurs across various industries, picking their brains and hearts on what it's like starting, building, maintaining, and growing a small business. Building a Business Podcast is brought to you by Virtual Fellows Marketing, rehumanizing your marketing experience. My name is Sean. This week, we are back with Diana from Swag Sarang Holidays. Hi, Diana.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Diana from Swag Sarang Holidays. Hi, Sean. Hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
Okay. Surviving still. Still surviving.
Thanks for taking the time to join our podcast. So last month we did talk a lot about a lot of introduction of what you do, how your specialty is, how you intend to stay ahead and stay apart from your competitors. So this time around, we can probably just do a little bit of updating on what's been going on. Maybe we can start with the Swag Sarang Holiday site. Like we know that there has been a couple of months of MCO, and now that we are coming out of MCO, but it's still, there's a lot of traveling restrictions. And is there anything that you see as a struggle or opportunities in this end?
Right. So as you guys know, we have been going through MCO since January, right? And then ever since then, I mean, there's been a lot of travel restrictions, and naturally that affects our business considering the nature of our business, which is, traveling. But starting this week, we've seen a peak or a surge in demand for people to travel, especially since the government have just started. I mean, there's particularly two things that has, become catalysts for this demand and travel. Firstly is, I think the government has allowed us to travel inter-district. So within the same state, we can travel freely inter-district. And then the other thing is that there's also this new concept called travel bubble, right? So for states that is PKP, I'm not sure, PKPP, like for example, like Malacca, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, I mean, they can travel to these states, between these states, so long as they don't go through the like MCO states like KL, Selangor, right? Like the hotspots. So there's this travel bubble which allows people from certain states which is considered safe to go and travel to another state. So there has been demand, and we have been starting to get busy this week, basically in terms of our holiday bookings. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so in terms of the travel bubble, how people can actually like drive across North-South Expressway, cross Selangor, like from Malacca to Perak, right? It's just that they don't get off.
No. It's you are not allowed to travel in your own personal vehicle. Basically, you have to travel via a registered travel agency. So basically, it's going to be using buses or vans. I think it's just one of the measures that government is introducing, from the urge or the plea from maybe tourism sector, so that the transportation sector would be, they would generate some revenue, because otherwise, a lot of these travel vehicles will be dormant. Yeah, for us, actually, to be honest, we do not specifically offer those packages, but we're quite happy for on behalf of the tourism industry that at least some of them would have a way to generate income.
Yeah, it's true. I believe the travel industry is one of the most severely hit since MCO started, and it was actually a good call by the government to do this. At least it kind of allows the economy for these industries to move a little bit. It's not the best fix, but it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I personally would probably love like personal vehicle better compared to traveling with public transport. That's my personal opinion, but that's
because it's
measures
it's
that
like
just by the government.
Yeah. It's always a balance between
I will not. I will not travel using buses and whatnot for now.
Yeah, it's true. It's like they constantly have to weigh between the struggles of the economy and the struggles of health and the people. So I guess they're doing the best that they can to balance the two out the best they can. So
Yeah.
So
it's a fine balance, basically.
Yeah. So at this point you are still not operating on the Swag Sarang Holiday?
We are operating actually, because we already have, for example, right? Like for we have like certain tourist hotspots. Like we have Port Dickson, we have for example in Pahang we have Kuantan, Cherating, we have Cameron Highland. But it's going to be more focused on the state travel within the same state travel. So like for example,
Okay.
before this, a lot of our traffic comes from KL Selangor. So now for example for Negeri Sembilan, we tend to focus on Negeri Sembilan citizens, no, not citizens, well, basically people who reside in Negeri Sembilan,
Yeah.
right? We do alternative promotions, such as, we do frontliners promotions, we have government servant promotion, stuff like that. But there's also promotions for, normal people like you and me. So, it's just that, to be honest, the price is much cheaper compared to what you would pay, maybe as low as 50%, discounted compared to the full rate. So, for those who are capable of traveling, right? So I think it's a good time, good opportunity to travel at a much cheaper price. One is cheap. The other thing is you also get less crowd, right? Which is quite pleasant if you're enjoying the resort, more privacy, less crowd. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So the new term is cuti negeri lah now.
Yeah. Even within KL, we have a lot. We do process a lot of holiday bookings, like within KL itself. People don't like to stay at home, so they want to go somewhere, right? So we have set up like 5-star stays around KL, and even the 5-star hotels have a lot of promotion at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I've been seeing quite a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
So in order for that to happen, I believe that you would need agents or your employees scattered all around different states in Malaysia, right? For you to be able to facilitate your customers, your clients in different states.
No, everything. The beauty of how the way the business world works now is that you can literally be anywhere. So even our team, they can be, somewhere on an island, for example. So long as they have internet connection, they can work with us. So, we are not geographically, we don't have to be
restricted.
Restricted by geography, basically. Yeah.
Okay. But, so even from before COVID, your organization is already like remote, like set up for remote system already, is it?
Yes, for our agents, yes, they are scattered everywhere around Malaysia. But our main teams are in KL, and then we also have main team in KK as well, KK, Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Yeah.
Okay, and the reason being because they are two major hubs of tourism, or most of the clientele are there.
A lot of our revenue last year came from, of course, KL is the hub. We send our clients to Pahang and Port Dickson. Well, for Sabah, it's also a major chunk of our revenue. As we know, Sabah has a lot of natural attraction. Some are world class. Like if you are into diving, sightseeing, nature. So we have mountains, everything, islands there. Yeah. So we have businesses in Sabah. So right now Sabah is currently.
Okay. Last month you mentioned that in order to support and get the get the revenue flowing, you came up with travel voucher packages, right? In order for them to buy now and claim at a later time.
Yes.
Is there any update on that one?
We've always had, from time to time, we will always update our voucher list. So right now, some of the places that we have places in Port Dickson. We also have we also have deals in Royal Chulan Cherating Villa in Pahang. I mean, in the mainstream, I think it's less known, but it's really amazing place. It looks like Santorini, it's like perched on top of a hill, overlooking the ocean.
Wait, where's this?
It's pretty nice. This is in Pahang. It's 3 hours drive from KL. Cherating. It's in Cherating.
It's in Cherating? Wait, what's the name of the place? I go to Cherating all the time. Never heard of that place.
Royal Chulan Cherating Villa. So you should go by us.
That's
You've been
the
there?
one, as you go into Cherating, it's on the left side, right? It's on the cliff side.
It is located on a cliff.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
during when the tide is high, right? So it literally have a private beach because it's isolated from the main beach. So it's really
Yes.
amazing. A lot of expats went there and they were like totally blown away because
Mm.
the price is pretty cheap compared to because I've traveled to similar resorts. For example, in Thailand, it will cost you 1,000, 2,000 ringgit a night for that kind of place, but you pay a much more cheaper price for Royal Chulan.
Mm.
So it's really good for
Okay.
money. Yeah,
Okay. I have
yeah. You should
been to
definitely check it
Cherating
out.
many times. Yeah. I've been to Cherating many times, but I've never actually stayed in Royal Chulan. I should do that.
Yeah, you should. You should. It's a really good experience. Yeah. So far, especially like for our clients, especially for honeymooners, like none of them complain. I mean, when they came back, it's always like perfect rating, 5 star,
Mm. Okay.
for their
That's
trip.
good.
So
That's
yeah.
good. That's good. And so regarding the travel vouchers, there have been people actively claiming it right now already.
Right now, what's happening is that because of the interstate restriction, right? So a lot of our KL Selangor-based clients who cannot travel to places beyond KL Selangor. So what happened is that a lot of these hotels and resorts they push back the travel date. It means that they allow the
Okay.
flexibility. Yeah, I mean, if the
Mm.
government extend the MCO period or the travel restriction period, then the hotel and resort usually they will extend uh, the the travel period as well.
Yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
even today some of the packages got extended. For example, let's say the validity is supposed to be until March, but
Mm-hmm.
one of our resort partner extended it until August, for example.
Okay.
So yeah. Mm.
Do
But
you
usually
see that? Yeah.
these vouchers is actually cost saving because you would pay much less compared to what you would on rack rate basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do
Mm.
you see, from the operational standpoint, do you see this method creating a like a debt in the future? Like you are taking money now in order to repay back in the future. Is there something that you're looking at that will cause a little bit of, let's say, discrepancy in your papers or your cash flow?
Um, Not really, because to be honest, it's not a lot of these deals. It's not something that it's not what do you say? The onus is not on us.
Mm-hmm.
In terms
Okay.
of what I mean is the packages, so the
Mm.
accountability for these packages lies with the hotels. Our job is to make sure that the hotel resort deliver the deals that they have promised our clients, right? Because
Okay.
usually
Understand.
if we buy something from hotel or resort, right? So what happens
Mm.
is that we there's like thousands of clients, and then for hotel or resort staff they have very don't have that many staff like compared to us. For example,
Mm.
we have like 100 agents, right, that could
Mm.
answer your questions personally up to the little minute details. So what we do is that we bring forward deals that hotels or resorts have, or maybe sometimes we create special deals with them and then offer it for our clients, and then so
Yeah.
we become basically your valet, basically that
Okay.
fulfill
Okay.
questions or inquiries regarding the holidays.
Mm.
Yeah, but in terms of cash flow, it doesn't affect us because
Okay.
yeah, it's still current. Yeah, it's still current. Yeah.
Okay, understand. So it means that what your site would be responsible for is to ensure that the hotels and resorts honor the packages that they initially
Yes.
said that they would honor.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
another thing is, for example, if you book something, right, you're about to miss the expiry date, for example, the hotel
Hmm.
resort's not gonna personally call you and say, hey, do you know your voucher's gonna
Yeah.
expire? And
Yeah.
this date, and for them, like, okay, if you miss it, good, it's like free money for
Yeah,
them, right? But
exactly, right? Yeah, free money
yeah,
for them.
but
Yeah.
for us, we keep track of every single invoice, every single
Mm, okay.
payment that client made, so we know these are their bookings. And then our team personally call each and every one of our client. Are you going for this weekend? Are you able to travel? If not, when are you gonna postpone it to? And we
Mm,
explain the terms and condition. If you, for example, if you extend it beyond certain date that is determined by the hotel or resort, you might be charged penalty of how much. So we explain
okay.
them from a client point of view
Mm,
rather than you know uh,
okay. There's an advisory
correct.
type as well. If you do this, this would happen. If you do that, that would happen. So
Correct.
then they make the
We're
choice
not just
themselves, right?
yeah, yeah. So it's not just there to make money. We really take care of their
Okay.
travel arrangements and everything. Yeah, we want
That's
to make sure.
nice. Yeah, that's
So
nice.
this week as well, we've been busy updating our clients with, for example, some deals has extended their travel periods, just so that our client can plan their travels accordingly, right? So let's say if they have unused vouchers or deals, or even booking, some of it is not even vouchers, it's like they book for for example, they book for this week, but then they're not able to travel. So yeah, we advise them, what would be until when can they, adjust or amend the travel date, for example. Yeah. So we always
Okay.
clients.
Okay. I would assume that because I'm just imagining this, right? In order for you to manage the whole list of clientele and keeping track of their deadlines and everything, it does get quite complicated, especially when you're working with a remote team full of agents scattered all around the country or maybe different parts of the world. Do you have a system? If you don't mind, can share a kind of system that you use to get all these things together?
Yeah, listen. To be honest, it has been a learning curve for us as well when it comes to system managing a lot of bookings, right? Before this, we manage things via WhatsApp, and then we have our own like master spreadsheet, if you may, like in Excel, for example. And we do have data manager that helps us to regulate this. And then from time to time we upgrade. Then first we upgrade the Excel itself, and then now we have shifted to an apps. Basically we have an apps that tracks all our current bookings, right? But for the past bookings we have a proper spreadsheet with the status of each booking, the invoice number.
Okay.
Yeah, and we keep track via that spreadsheet basically. And then
Okay.
We don't depend on our freelance agents that are scattered all over Malaysia. We have our dedicated core team that are managing all this data, for us, making sure that all our clients are updated. So our central team, they are the one who manage these bookings, and then they're the one who's going to be giving instructions to agents to contact client to get their updated booking date, so on and so forth. Yeah. But we always brief our teams, our agents, what are the current status for all the different hotels and resorts basically that we're working with. Yeah.
And the app that you use is it like ready-made apps, or do you have to custom build an app?
No, we just use available app in the market, but of course you have to pay for it. We have to pay.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we just get things that are available in the market. I mean, for starters, of course, in the future, if we grow bigger, definitely we would want to get our hands on a much better app, so that we want to. It's not just to process our clients' booking, but also because we have so many agents, right? We want to monitor the performance of each agent, and of course the cash flow and stuff like that. And right now, our apps also have like automated payment mode, so that our client, once they receive invoice, they can pay right away using the link from our apps. So streamline the buying or the booking process for our clients. So it's part of the upgrade that we've done this year. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's nice. Let's move on to Swag School. Last month we talked about that you set up kind of like a remote learning or a place where students can look for things that they want to learn, and they can connect with tutors and teachers who can provide certain things. Is there an update on that end?
For Swag School, no, not really. We have not been actively, to be honest, we have not been actively promoting Swag School. But it's something that we're going to, moving forward, we're definitely going to put a lot more focus on it, because within our organization there has been key personnel changes recently as well, this past few weeks. So that's what we are adapting with that. And then for Swag School, for now, we don't have any update, except that we do promo right now, which is buy one class, and then the second class will be 50% off. So we have that promotion going right now. Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't been as aggressive as we wanted to be for Swag School. We did however, started a few other products into our business segment, into our business. We are doing like Swag Eat, which is we have like a few food items that we are offering, and then the other thing is Swag Wear, which is clothing item. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's gonna be Hari Raya. It's gonna be Ramadan Hari Raya soon, so we want to grab any business that we can get that one, and then Swag Eat.
So, how does Swag Eat work? Just across the like a quick gist of it.
Okay. So basically, what we're gonna do, Swag Eat is basically we're like a vendor basically. It's like basically we have a shop. Well, we don't have a shop. What I mean is our Swag Eat, virtual shop actually puts forward food that we find of high quality. So 3 of the items that we already have in the bag is one we have like what do you call it? Kambing perap, marinated lamb, and the other thing is we have sambal petai. We have sambal petai in a jar, and then we have the third one we have cookies. So these cookies are I really love them. So what's different is in compared to other, for example, white brands, right? Sometimes there's a lot of brands that sell different things, right? But we go out there and find the best, like the most delicious things, basically. Something that when people go like, wow, like that. So yeah.
Okay.
And
But
then,
are they all that made by, let's say, small community makers or big companies?
No, small community makers. So if you know Swag Sarang, we are always like helping people from the bottom. We want to help make changes as big as possible. So like for example, our lamb is made by like a really young chap who just started, but he doesn't even know how to start his business, how to promote. But he made really crazy good marinated lamb. And it's super good, seriously. So, and I said, hey, we're gonna promote it for you, right? So that's why we want to take it into our Swag Sarang bandwagon, so to say. So we basically like really good products, products, great people. So yeah, it's the same story, same case as our sambal as well as our cookies. So, one thing that we even for cookies, right? There's a lot of selections. I mean, there's different types. So we thought we only pick those that we really super duper like, that we really enjoy, something that we personally like, and that's the only a standard that we offer to our clients.
Okay, great. What about swagwear?
Swagwear, swagwear. So basically, swagwear. So because it's gonna be Ramadan soon, right? So for me, I wanted to focus on basically like prayer clothing like telekung. So we have like telekung. These are beautifully made telekung, and then we have them in beautiful boxes. I mean, it's also perfect as gifts, as presents. We can also insert card, like very personalized gift. So we have that, and we also have like different women's clothing, basically like robe and headscarves, swagwear. So that's what we're doing.
Okay. Do you see Swag Eat and Swagwear as something seasonal, or could there be potential for a year-long business for this?
Yeah, it's not seasonal because one of the things that I learned, even though my experience in business is limited, one of the things that I learned is that there's always the demand for food. Even when all of us are penniless, we still indulge ourselves. Every once in a while. I mean, food is like the number one indulgence that all of us are guilty. So I saw that there's huge demand, and especially if you have a really good product, right? So definitely we need to tap into the market. We need to tap into any cake that we can get our hands on. So it's not just us, to be honest. A lot of different travel and tourism agencies, I saw that they are doing exactly the same thing. Many has ventured into food business. I think partly or mainly because it's an evergreen field, because we always eat regardless the situation.
Yeah, and I believe Malaysians are particularly passionate when it comes to food as well, right?
Definitely, yes. Yep, they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think that was a brilliant catch up for the month. It's I hope that in the next coming month that the PKP will relax a little bit and we'll be able to travel across borders, and then you can start to probably stretch your legs again in terms of the Swag Sarang holidays.
Yeah,
And
same.
yeah, then with Swag Eat and Swag Wear, it's nice. It's a good plan, and it's a good idea. And now that Ramadan is coming and people can't really go out and do it that much, it's nice to bring it to them instead, and
Yeah,
introduce them to some really nice stuff, like kind of like curate the good food for them instead of them having to go in the hunt in all corners. And it's
yeah,
nice to search from places and help the really small micro businesses that otherwise have no way to reach out to anybody, right? Because like some people can cook very well, but just because they can't run a business, they can't survive. It shouldn't be that way, right? Because you want to buy something from someone who can cook, not from someone who can run a business. That's so yeah, that's where someone like you can come in and act as the middle people to help support them and give them a channel to sell more.
yeah. And then for me, like for example, right, personally, it's nice to when we put our effort. I mean, when we pick like business partners, or people that we work with, right, or people that we want to help, you know, well, the way I feel is that when we work with small businesses, people who are just starting out, we're actually helping people, to put food on their table, or maybe for them to cook
Yes.
food
Yeah.
for their family. If you work with big brands that you already know that are well established, right? What you're doing is helping, rich man buying snacks, luxury car, or I don't know,
Yeah.
private air,
Yeah.
something like that. So the significance of what we are doing becomes much more relevant, or much
Yes.
more meaningful. Yeah. So
Yes. I completely agree with you. Yes. It's good what you're doing. Yeah. All right. If there's nothing else on this month's update,
mhm.
we can wrap it up. And thank you very much for spending time with us.
Hey,
It's raining there, right?
you can hear the thunder.
I can
It is.
hear it's raining on my
Yeah.
side as well. I can also hear the thunder on my side and your
Yeah,
side.
it's always raining now. It's in the afternoon always. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Diana, for
Mhm.
spending your
Thank
time
you.
with us. And
Yeah.
we will catch up again next month to see what's been going on with you. But before we leave, if you'd like to let our listeners know where we can find you and how we can interact with your businesses.
Okay. So you guys can for Swag Sarang Holidays, just search us on Facebook, Swag Sarang Holidays, or you can find us on our website as well, www.swagsarang.com. Yeah. I think for Swag Eat, Swag Wear, Swag Holidays, everything, we're going to start populating all of these different business segments on our website soon. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And are you also on Facebook and Instagram as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, right, folks, thank you very much. That's all for this week's Building a Business podcast. Next week, we will catch up again with the guys from Scoby Boo, the people who make the most awesome kombucha in town. Don't quote me on that. I just like this stuff. Right, our podcast is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Breaker, and Spotify. We post videos on YouTube and clips on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. This is Building a Business with Swag Sarang, episode 2. Thank you so much, Diana.
Thank you, Sean. Bye, everyone.
See you, everybody. Bye.